Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for my client Nick's vlog. And of course he's not in the garage anymore, he's got this over to a bedroom, he's moved, and so it's a little different scenery for these vlogs. But for those of you who follow this story, you know Nick's story. It's a guy who in middle age realized he was over 400 pounds, needed to lose weight, took up marathon running, did a little strength training on his own, didn't have much luck with it, but took up marathon running. Followed my channel for a while trying to learn, but he lost 200 pounds running. Came to me, and we've been building his strength base up, which we've been doing for quite a few months. And he has continued to lose weight while we do it, working on his health. And, quite frankly, the guy's just an all-around winner. The guy's an all-around winner. Again, pretty successful in life. Successfully lost 200 pounds, competes in marathons every year, and, has dedicated his life to being a healthier, fitter person. And, I think that we can't set a better example than that. And I think that's the thing. You take someone like him, and, when people make excuses and say, I can't do it, it's like this is what happens when someone says, I don't have a choice, right? Instead of the excuses, he said, I am going to die if I don't do this. I can either get sick and die, or I can dig in and get this done. And he did. And in my mind, Nick is a champion. Okay? It's one thing to win at your sport, one thing to place first, break records. Hey, I love doing those things. Another thing completely to lose over 200 pounds when you're not young anymore. Okay? In this world where people are failing to lose 30 or 40, it's done over 200. All right? You have to respect that. So let's get over to the training. We're still keeping it basic. I'll put him in more advanced programming when we stall. We're keeping it real basic. Basic barbells, dumbbells, his reverse hyper, which works wonders, and some band work. All right, there's nothing special here. No fancy programming. It's an upper, lower, slow, linear. We focus on the bench press, dumbbell rows, squats, deadlifts, and then some accessory work. So right now, I've had him do dumbbell presses. I used to have him overhead press and stuff early on too. Now we just flat bench and dumbbell press. That's all the pressing we need. That's two different exercises. We do rows, do a little rear delt work, some tricep work with bands, and then everything else is lower body. So we do back squats with a barbell, conventional deadlifts, goblet squats, reverse hypers. Okay. And goblet squats are one of those interesting lifts. Some people say, why do you have him do them? Because sometimes he runs into some hip mobility issues on his squatting and not being able to reach depth. Goblet squats will fix that. And I've used goblet squats for a wide variety of people. I take my people like him and have them do it. I've used goblet squats to teach someone how to squat before in person, right? You can teach people to squat with a goblet squat. It's actually a really good tool for that. It works great for hip mobility. But then some of my advanced lifters, when I get lifters who either struggle with knee tendonitis or who struggle hitting depth on a squat, even if they're a really advanced lifter, even if they're a competitor, I'll work in goblet squats. They're not a little silly fluff exercise. Some people see them that way, but they can still be used by very serious lifters. I've done them on camera before. Okay, I squat over 500 pounds. I use them. I think they're a useful tool. But for him, it's about keeping that hip mobility up, which we need. Particularly for him running marathons, still being, well above 200 pounds. He's continuing to lose weight. And notice that, look at the first vlogs versus even now. I forget how much he's lost, but it's been at least another 30 pounds. At least. And he's going to continue to lose weight because he knows he's still not at his optimal weight. But my God, I think we're well over 200 now. And he just keeps moving forward. He's going to go the distance. And you know, that's why he's hired a coach. That's why he's worked with me all this time. That's why he bought all this rogue equipment. You know, he values his health. He's had some health scares since then also. You know, had he not lost the weight that he lost, he would probably not be with us right now. So this is an individual who's made a commitment to just keep getting better. And he will. I mean, look how far he's come. There's literally nothing but more time standing in his way from getting better. More training, more proper eating. He's 90% there. Realistically, he really is. But yeah, so we do a 5x5 on the back squats. We do 1x5 on the conventional deadlifts. Then we do 3 sets of around 10 on the goblet squats. And 5 sets of 10 on his reverse hyper. You know, and the reverse hyper is a game changer. Another one, because he's in his 40s. It's another one I tell people, if you're over 35, you need one of these. If you lift at all. If you're over 40 and you don't lift, you still need one of these, in my opinion. Everyone who's over 40 should own a reverse hyper. It's worth it. You know what? It helps keep his back and his hips healthy when he's running too, because he's got to put in a fair number of miles. You know, out running. So this tool helps keep that area healthy. Gives us a great hip hinge to do in here that we can do more volume with in the deadlift. Carries over to the squat and the deadlift. You know, it's fantastic. And I'm glad that I convinced him to get one. Actually, it wasn't even hard. It didn't take much convincing. I told him he needs a reverse hyper and he got one. So, you know, again, it's what happens when you are willing to invest in yourself and invest in your fitness. You know, you guys do whatever it takes. And I do mean that. You know, there are no excuses for that. If these things matter to you, you're going to find a way. And Nick has proven it over and over and over. And I couldn't be more proud of him. I know I have some strong lifters. I have some strong ass lifters. You guys have seen me putting up guys squatting over 600, benching over 400 and stuff on some of my social media. And I'm proud of those guys too, because that's my bread and butter. And it's funny, though, that I'm just as proud of a marathon runner, you know, considering I'm a strength coach, but I am. You know, he is just as much of a champion as the guy squatting 600 pounds. I mean, this is motivating. Especially those of you out there who are, you know, past 40, struggling to get in shape. This is your motivation right here. This guy. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.